race here today, and this is what happened to George Russell.
Yeah, so into 6 and 7, this is where he had to try to, and he's got really close up behind the Aston, lost downforce, and then the wheels tipped the car on its side. So it was actually the wheels kept on by the tethers, as they should, that got underneath the car. So Alonso was slower into there than Russell expected, by some margin actually. And as soon as that happened, Russell then had to get on the brakes. He had oversteer, put him at wide, but as I say, the tethers keep the wheels in place, but at that point it's the wheels that actually turned the car over.
Wow, what a finish. And
staggered they didn't red flag it, to be honest.
I think because it was the last lap, it was
into 8 and then into 9. Yeah, that rear is just not there at all, is it?
How many goes did he have?
Join Kimi Antonelli out back on track on the soft tyres.
Oh, he's not enjoying this.
Oh!
Wow, we've joined him just to the point where he lost the back end of the car coming into the Parabolica. He'd gone fastest of anybody in the middle sector. He'd done a personal best sector 1. It looked pretty sad. Let's look at the onboard. Then there we go, starts to turn in and then just gets a massive snap of oversteer at the apex there, and a wonder wind or something like that, because just looking at the direction that the wind is, it's not super windy out there.
No.
But as he turned in, like the car initially looked quite settled.
It looked like it was going.
It went into the apex quite settled. It didn't look like he had any instability on the way in, but then
you see the rear.
Just lost the grip and it snapped out of line mid-corner. So, yeah.
Oh my word, what a big moment for Lewis Hamilton, who is hugely grateful for the tarmac runoff, because that could have been enormous.
How he got away without hitting anything is absolutely incredible. That is the fastest section of the racetrack, fastest corners that we have. Yeah, he took a little bit too much of that apex curb. It made the car bounce, and as it landed, the floor just hits the ground, lose all the downforce, and the tank slapper, my goodness.
A little half spin at turn 1. Bit of a scrappy session for them. Hamilton was P6 at the flag, one better than Russell.
There's a yellow flag in the final sector as George Russell. He's gone off into the barriers. Max Verstappen is going to get to that scene very, very soon, and he's going to have to slow down, and that will cost Max Verstappen a chance at pole position. It's cost George Russell, who's gone off into the barriers. He seems to be okay, and that's the main thing here, but the medical car has been deployed. George says he's okay. Row that is. Let's have a look at what happened to George Russell. Someone's had a bit of a moment in the final sector, and it's Lewis Hamilton, and he's off into the gravel, and that is Lewis Hamilton out of the US Grand Prix. He has beached that Mercedes.
Yeah, that'll be a safety car.
Same corner that his teammate crashed out. Now, this is Lewis Hamilton, and what happened to him? Through turn 18 we go. We know where the car ends up, but how did it get there? Oh, and all by himself.
That's nothing you could do about that. He's just turned in normally.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Of running all plan for
the
teams. Right, here we go. Let's have a look as we get on the power then.
To go left into 7, then right into 8, over the curb. As Felipe said, on that curb, just lost the rear of the car.
Did he get too much on the curb?
It seemed like it, didn't it? It lost stability. We'll see from the offboard here, but Felipe, what do you think here?
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty common thing in this track, because that curb, you can actually use that quite a lot more, but when the track grips up, when you have a lot more grip, and then you can have, to try it a little bit more during the weekend, just grip in more and more by lap, but as you can see there, it wasn't
bottomed out, didn't it?
Yeah,
it bottomed out on the curb, because he had the right tires on the green part.
Yeah, exactly.
On the curb, so the plank then hits the serrated edge, and that just sent the car sideways.
Yeah, exactly. And the more grip you have, sometimes you can do that in qualifying. Even bottoming out, you actually open up the next corner.
Yeah.
But with the lower grip right now, I think the car just couldn't take the bottoming. So yeah.
That's the second big accident for George Russell in the space of a week too. Oh dear.